why did Guru HarGobind Sahib Ji change Sikhi? And the way it links into this identity question is that people have this mindset which says Guru Nanak Dev Ji started off Sikhi, which is a path of peace, a path of equality, a path of love. And suddenly the sixth Guru came along and he made it into a military system. He introduced weapons, he introduced horses, he introduced fighting. And that somehow, the question is, why did Guru HarGobind, why did the sixth Guru change the Sikhi of Guru Nanak Dev Ji? And again, it relates to the first question, because should we not just do what Guru Nanak Dev Ji said, rather than do what the sixth Guru and the following did? So why did Guru HarGobind Sahib Ji change Sikhi? And maybe the first question should be, did they?
I think the question of why did Sri Guru HarGobind Sahib Ji change it, and should we just follow what Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji said? We'll come on to the change of it, because obviously there's a change in the teaching in a sense, but before, just to get away from any questions, we've got to understand, is there a difference between Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji and Sri Guru HarGobind Sahib Ji? Because the people who tell us these kind of things, they're straight away trying to break you from the Guru, because they're saying Sri Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji was different, Sri Guru HarGobind Sahib Ji was different. So before we get onto what was changed and how, or whatever, or the philosophy there, which is obviously we're going to get to, I think we just need to clarify that there was no difference between Akal Purkh Vaheguru in the Nirgur form, in the formless form, and then there's no difference between them and Sri Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji Maharaj, the Sargun form that came onto this world to save humanity, throughout to now Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj. And that is one thing we have to instill within ourselves, within our beliefs. And once that's instilled, no one can tell us any different. Then we can start to understand why Sri Guru HarGobind Sahib Ji brought in Meedi. So that's, in the first instance, we have to be sure that we know that there's no difference between Akal Purkh Vaheguru, Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji, Sri Guru Angad Dev Sahib Ji, any of the Gurus, or Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj, now our eternal Guru in Bani form. So that's the first thing. And then the change comes as the teachings were coming, and they were then completed in a way by Sri Guru Gobind Singh Sahib Ji by giving Khandeli Bohol in 1699 and giving the Khalsa, then giving the Guru Gaddi to Sri Guru Granth Sahib Ji. And as times came, different times were happening, different things, and all them Sikhya that Maharaj gave were relevant for that time, because everything that Maharaj taught us through, we face as well. At the time, Sri Guru Arjan Dev Sahib Ji had just given their Shaheed. The Guru of the Sikhs gave their Shaheed through the cleverness or the workings of Chandu and other people of that time. Most of us will pretty much all know the Ityas of that time. Sri Guru HarGobind Sahib Ji picked up arms. Why did they pick up arms? Because this identity that we have got was being wiped out. What was the identity at that time? Sikhs at that time had gaze. Sikhs at that time used to take Charna Amrit. Amrit didn't just start from Sri Guru Gobind Singh Sahib Ji Maharaj. It was started from Sri Guru Nanak Dev Sahib Ji Maharaj. And the Spashtikaran of this is, people try to challenge this, is Bhai Gurdas Niyavara tell us this. Sri Guru HarGobind Sahib Ji made us into the warrior race because they knew, Akal Purkh Vaheguru, they know everything. They know that this identity is forever going to be attacked. And Sikhi is about love and pyar, but at the end of the day, like people are saying, what are you going to do? You're not just going to take it. So because of that, Sri Guru HarGobind Sahib Ji made us into a martial race. They gave us Meedi and Peedi, both. They created the Akal Takht, and that's because that was the way that the times were going. And then they fought in the four jangs, and they showed how to practically put that into play. So that is the first main thing, is that there's no difference between any of the Gurus. And then it came because it's a Sikhya that we were going to always need, and we still use to this day. And just like Bhai Jaspal Singh did, Bhai Rajawana is doing that, they're using both. They're using the spiritual power through Gurbani, and they're using the temporal or the fighting powers through Jyot Jang, or however it comes, Sami and Sa.